to the Women of Power pre-show. I'm your host, Betty Beard, and today we will be interviewing elect Lady Donna Beard of the Women in Power Ministries. She is also the overseer, alongside with her husband, Apostle Paul Beard Sr., at Dominion Power Family Life Center in Petal, Mississippi. And we would like to welcome her today to the show. Welcome, elect Lady Beard.
Well, thank you. I'm excited. Y'all got me excited this week.
Well, that's good. You ought to be, because you have done great things for the Women of Power Ministry. Well, we're going to get right on into the interview because so many people want to know so much about Women of Power. And we want to know, what is Women of Power and how did it even get started?
The Women of Power basically goes back to about the year, I think, the founding of the church about 1996. And what happened, I had, as a young lady, I was a young lady back then.
Okay.
And I had been through so many different things, and of course many of us got different issues and childhood experience that yet, even though we are adults, we grow up, we still need to be delivered from some things.
Right.
So it just went back where I was just kind of comatose to what I'd been through. And someone actually bought me a ticket to Woman Died Loose in 1996. And I was a little uncomfortable about going because I heard that it would be like 100,000 women. And I wanted God to touch me. I didn't go to see a person, but I wanted to see Jesus. And at that particular time when I went, I was so blessed because it was 100,000 women in the building. And even though it was 100,000 women in the building, it seemed as though God spoke directly to me. Wow. That was just my time. And I seen people being healed, being set free, being delivered. They took off their church dress and they were running to the altar and everything in tennis shoes and jeans. The next day we come back and I wanted to bring that. I said, if God can deliver like hundreds and 50,000 of people at one time, sure, I can bring this back to my church, because more than me at that time I could feel needed some help and we needed a high power. So I brought it back to Dominion Power at a little storefront church back on Scuba Street. 1996, the apostle, I think, had it like Dominion Power Body of Believers Fellowship Church or something like that. And I never forget, my first conference was entitled Cover Girl. And we took off the makeup and took off our face and took off the mask. And God really, really moved that. I still remember the move of God. People was healed, set free, and delivered through that conference. So this is where we're at now. 18 years later, we're still here.
Wow. Because I've heard of, you know, Women's Day and Women's Revival, but just a women's conference is just like, some may want to know, what's the difference between a revival versus a women's conference?
Well, back in the day when I had the women's revival, and especially from those days up until now, I wanted the revival to let the women know that when God is not caught up on gender. Right. And I thank God for Apostle Beard, because one thing he teaches us over here, he looses he looses all of us to purpose. Whether it's Joel too, you know, he called the children, the old, all of us, we had purpose in the earth. And so I want to exercise. There were women in our ministry that had ministry in them that needed to be stirred up, and we can go out and fulfill the purpose of God. So the revival is to cause the women to continue to operate their God's given gift. Right. You know, continue to let them know that you are here for purpose, and God want to use you right where you've been hurt at. You know, your misery is your ministry. So that's the women's revival. When you come to the, as far as the women's conference, I call it, now this, my definition, is gathering. When we can just gather, not just a in-house thing, but we're able to now to connect and come together, gather the women from all over, whether they be black, white, blue, green, whatever. That's the time when we can come in and be ministered and come together from breaking the generational barriers, the denominational barriers, and we can come together, and that we're sisters, and that God just do what he do, you know, heal us, and, you know, just connect as sisters in the Lord.
Right. Well, I'm excited about Women of Power 2015. We had Wednesday night Prophetess Cecilia Matthews, and I'm still just blown away how God used her mightily. Could you let the audience know the itinerary for this conference, what to expect, what the times and different things like that, what you have planned for the rest of this week, and the speakers and different things of that nature?
Wow, yeah. Last night was just supernatural. I just believe, yeah, that's the word, wow. Every round, I believe, is going to go higher and higher. Of course, tonight, which is Thursday night, we'll have that, wow, this little powerful woman of God right here in Mississippi, Pastor Beard, Jennifer Beard, B-I-A-R-D, will be in the house, and she's a powerful woman of God, just all of them. Of course, on Friday night, of course, we'll have Pastor Jennifer Beard, and then on Friday night, you know, people know Karen Clark as the psalmist, but we'll have her here as evangelist. Karen Clark will be with us.
Okay.
And then on Saturday night, we'll have a great friend of mine, Prophetess Angela Kursky, a powerful woman of God, as well as Sunday will be Prophetess Marcia Morrison. Now tomorrow, I'm so excited, tomorrow morning, I think the church misses a balance. We miss the balance in the ministry. He said, prosper, be in good health, even as your soul prosper. We're going to have seminars. They're free to the public, it'll start at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Prosper, girlfriend of mine that goes way back, been in 23 countries, and started her business and then sold everything that she had, went to Africa and to help feed the children and stuff, and come back with a testimony and knows the ins and outs about business. So if you want to start your business or don't know how to start, where to begin, come at 10 to 11. And then 11 to 12 will be, I call it Evangelist Go Fit. That's Minister Prophetess Victoria Peterson. Yes, will be with us, and come and hear her minister on the wellness and our health so we can get fit for the master's use. And then the third one that we'll have is you can bring all your issues. You may be on foreign soil and don't know, sometimes we get on foreign soil and don't know how to get out of what we're in. That day we're going to have a panel where you can do anonymous questions and be able to get answers from where you're at. And then Friday, along with Saturday with Prophet Angela Kursky, is T-shirt night. And we just, wow, Women of Power, we're going to come together and celebrate and honor our very own push her. That's psalmist Minister Keisha Brown Cooley with there. She'll be bringing out her singles release, Speak Lord, and so we're excited about that. Sunday we were going to have a tea party for pastors' wives, but we're just gonna change that until next month. Sometimes next month. We just didn't get a good feedback with that, and we want to make sure that we make great preparation for the elect of God. So we're gonna cancel that and get back in it. But I'm excited. I believe God gonna move powerful.
I believe so too, because I've watched the history of somewhat of the women's conference and how it has evolved and coming to this now state. And you stated that it started out in 1996, and here we are in 2015, and that is like a wow moment. But as you look on the history of women in power back in 96 up until this moment, what are your overall expectations for Women of Power 2015?
What is my expectation? Here again, I feel like just, as I was saying a little earlier, to just have a balance where we can come together, be healed, set free, and delivered. Also, God told me don't just look at it as an in-house ministry. It's bigger than dominion power. It's where we can come together and network, and also just gain the wisdom and knowledge, be educated, both naturally as well as spiritually. We're looking to sooner or later do things in the community and help out the community. Right. So it's every year I can see God in it and see how God is moving us and taking us to a certain place And we just taking it step by step, day by day, and I just want to stand back and just see what God do. Because it's not about us, it's really, really about Him. Nobody can do this but God. Nobody can give this vision but God. And so at this time and place is, I see this year He's actually bringing the education side to ministry. People feel like they so spiritual, so they don't need to have no knowledge, but we need wisdom and knowledge.
That's right.
You know, and so God is adding that into the women's conference. So I'm right now excited about what He's going to do next year with us, through us.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap up the interview. Before I close, is there anything else that you would like to say, like the audience to know, Facebook to know, because this is streaming live?
Yes, just, hey, men are welcome. I'm telling you, last night some of the men we were like, okay, some of the men was enjoying the message even more so than the women, especially her husband over here. They actually held up their honeymoon. They just got married last week, held up their honeymoon so that they'll be here for this women's conference. But anyway, we just looking, you could just bring your sister, bring your whoever. I know this is a time when everybody's being tried, you know, tested. That's the thing. Egypt didn't stop me, and the wilderness didn't kill me. This is my season. Glory, and I want you to come on out because we got to keep going. We got to keep moving. What's the message that you ministered on last night?
The message was we can't be stuck. We're on our way to our promise.
Yes, we can't get stuck. We over in the promise, and some of us is getting stuck. And we done already came through all of this here. We done dealt with the lions, tigers, and bears. But we see a few giants, and we think that we're not gonna make it. But you know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. We're going to get this king. This is our due season. And so just come and bring everybody to just come out and get this impartation from these powerful women of God.
Well, thank you, elect lady, for your time. We know you are a busy woman, and you got to get going for the service later on. There you have it, folks. We got the inside scoop of Women of Power Ministries. It's an awesome ministry dated back from 1996 up until now. God is really showing up and showing out. People are being delivered, healed, set free. Meet us tonight at 7 p.m. New Zion Baptist Church is where you will find this woman of God and many more that's on the roster for this week. That's New Zion Baptist Church, 315 New Zion Road, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Thank you, and remember, you do have dominion and power.